A lot of people on the right, they fight and they want to get their agenda out. Now, I want you to understand this is not something that's anti-right. If anything, I want you to understand that I want to help the right understand the right. I don't think the right wingers really understand. And I mean the far right. I'm not talking about the Democrats. I'm talking about the far right, the Trump supporters and the other Republican supporters. There's a major difference that they don't understand. You see, the regular Republicans, they want to keep things quiet. Don't say racial things or racist things. Just pass racist legislation. That's, they don't want to come out and talk about anti-woke. They want to pass anti-woke legislation. You see what I'm saying? They don't go out and scream about it. They pass legislation about it. You see, that's the difference. So nobody understands what's going on, and then they're wondering why things don't happen in a more progressive way or democratic way or free thinking way. That's the traditional Republican version. I want you all to understand that. That's what they want. You, the Trump supporters, the DeSantis supporters, and Marjorie Taylor Greene supporters, and Carrie Lake, and all these other people, Matt Gaetz, you come out and you are declaring what anti-woke stuff is. If it's woke, you're against it. If it's anti-woke, you're for it. You're saying this. So you've been told if it's woke to be against it. It's liberal, it's left. And you associate that with other isms, And so you want Donald Trump or Ron DeSantis to be president. That's your party split right now for the primary. Okay? So do you understand the difference? One side says, I'm not going to say anything about woke, but we will pass legislation against anything labeled as woke and anything that will help anybody make a buck other than the wealthy. And then your side says, we're going to be on a bullhorn and say, we label this as woke and you need to be against it. And if you're not against it, then you're against us. And if it's that simple, and you all support Trump and DeSantis, and some of you have literally said that they need to be the rulers. Mainly Trump supporters are saying this, but they want Trump to be in charge, the great dictator. They want him to be in control. Trump forever. That's what they want. They don't understand two things. Look, I'm not a fan of death, truthfully. I'm just not. It does get to me because I can find the innocents that are hurt within this and separate it from you deserve it because of whatnot. But Trump don't have long. He might have 15, maybe 20 years, something like that. But you're not thinking that Donald Trump, let's say he is the great dictator and you have him as the dictator. Do you all know what a dictator does? Do you know what a dictator is about? I don't have to go thoroughly into it, but when they're the dictator for you all, you're believing that they're going to stomp out the left. They're going to stomp out woke. They're going to stomp out the liberals and the liberalism and all that stuff, right? Well, here's the thing. Once they've asserted themselves as master, as in control with your backing, you have to really then think about your quality of life, because then you finally get what you want. I would like for you to just take a moment and envision that you actually got what you want. Trump is in charge or DeSantis is in charge. And then no Democrat by any means, no progressive by any means can do anything. They just have to stop being a party. It's just them. And the only ones that are ever going to run are those voted that are going to obviously be in the guise of these dictators. But your quality of life, you think about the legislation and the rules, everything that's going to help the wealthy, but not you. You want to stomp the liberals so bad, you don't realize that you're stomping yourself. And it'll get there. You don't think it's going to turn on you, but it will. Because the entire point of capitalism or crony capitalism or for profit anything is to make money. And they're going to do it by any means necessary. So that means for you, you become cattle. You don't have a choice. The people at the top can't make money unless you are part of the system that puts that money in their pockets, and they give nothing back. Just a few crumbs to keep you from, dying. But your lives are going to be crappy. Financially, it's going to be horrible. You're not going to be able to get what you want, get what you need. Food prices are going to be high because they're going to squeeze every single cent out of you. Just enough so that you can't do anything on your own. While all of their wealth is passed down from generation to generation, while you struggle generation to generation looking for someone to blame. And ultimately, if you stop supporting these great dictators, that means you have then at that juncture become a traitor. If you don't support the great dictators, you are a traitor. You'll be stamped out and killed, because that's what you all call for, right? You got to think about that. It's going to turn on you. There is no choice. If you don't go along with what dear leader says, whomever that leader will be, then you're not on the right side, because you're going to say, I don't like my life. I don't like how this is. I want something better. We need something better. And you're going against the lifestyle that they ushered in for you, that you voted them in to create. And you're going to be speaking against dear leader and the others that voted. You'll have no one to blame but yourselves. I really want you to envision this. You think I'm wrong, but really make a map of it. Make a map. Do that. Make a map. Who do you want to be president? Look at what their so-called policies are. Think about the things that they want to do. Think about how they want the taxes and things that they want to cut for certain ones and increase for others. The other programs they want to cut. And some programs they want to abolish. Really write that down. Think about how those things would benefit you, and then they're gone. Just think about that. I'm not saying the Democratic Party is anything great, but they're not this. I'm not trying to tell you to vote Democrat, but if anything, if you ever, you tell others that woke is bad, but you keep telling everyone else to wake up. Why not try to wake up yourselves? See what's really going on, what you're really asking for. I know this one was long, but in general, you want your big dictator, right? If you don't do what that dictator wants, you know, Vladimir Putin, Kim Jong-un, you're gone. You're dead. Your family might be dead because they don't want someone to uprise. And with a lot of people in poverty, barely eating, barely any jobs, what do you have left? And you might say that'll happen under the Democrats, but look at the policies of Team Red. Just look at them. Look at who they really help. Don't just go by what you hear. Do some research. Do a .gov and look for these legislations and these bills that they want to pass. Read up on them. It's not good. It's scary. Thank you for your time.